All right, what's going on? Welcome back. We've got Barcelona action. FILS taking on Jodar. Big matchup between these two. The winner plays Rublev in the final tomorrow. Jodar keeping Spanish hopes alive in Barcelona. FILS continuing his amazing comeback. Took out Musetti this week. We've also got Svitolina taking on Mukova. That's going to the final set, 3-2 already. And then we've got Raducanu taking on Andreeva to finish the day. Love 15. Svitolina serves again. To the back to Svitolina. Return goes in the forehand of Mukova. Svitolina forehand. Goes long. 15-0. Love 15. Sorry, 15-0. Longer this match goes, better for Raducanu to get as much rest as possible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see what you mean. Too many good matches happening at the same time. I'm going to have to put multi-screen mode on. Yeah, exactly. It's a bit like that. All right, 30-15. All right, 30-15. As Mukova serves again. Fault. Second serve. As with a forehand now from Mukova into the forehand to Svitolina. Mukova forehand goes long. 30-0. Svitolina looking for that break. Remember, Svitolina's never lost to Mukova. 3-0. 30-0. All as we default second serve. As Mukova comes down, puts it away. 40-30. All right, 40-30. Mukova to level the final set. I have Rublev and FILS on my fantasy team. Not bad. That is not bad at all. Better than having some of the guys I had. Mukova holds. I'm going to have to make some big decisions this week. All right. Three-all, final set. All right. Love 15, Mukova. First serve to second serve. Second serve. All right, 15-all. Svitolina serves again. FILS Kaboli are not playing the same tournament, unfortunately. They're not playing. They're playing different tournaments. So they can't play each other. All right, 15-0. There's a 4 up the line from Mukov as a winner. 15-30. 15-30. Mukova looking for that break in the middle of this final set. Never beaten Svitolina before, but she never beat Gauff until yesterday. The boys are on the court too. We'll keep up to date with that. As the return goes in, and that goes in the net by Svitolina. 15-40. Svitolina in big trouble now. 15-40. Mukova return goes long. 30-40. If we activate the swing chip, we'll have to make eight changes. Yes. You basically, I think you get all your coins back and you just remake your team. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. 30-40. Break point for Mukova again. 7 to the forehand, Mukova. Return goes into the forehand of Svitolina. Mukova backhand. Slice. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Mukova forehand of the stretch. Svitolina goes down the middle. Mukova's there with the backhand. Into the backhand of Svitolina. Mukova backhand again. Sliced. Long. We get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Svitolina survives. Deuce. Shelton's up 4-2 with a break. All right, nice serve from Svitolina. Advantage Svitolina. Advantage Svitolina to take the lead again. First serve is a fault, second serve. Return goes into the forehand of Svitolina. Forehand now from Mukova to the forehand of Svitolina. Mukova goes up the line with a forehand. Svitolina backhand into the forehand of Mukova again. Svitolina defending as Mukova forehand cross court goes wide and Svitolina holds. Big hold in this final set. 4-3. Svitolina keeps the lead. Barely keeps the lead. All right. 4-3 final set. Yeah, block buzz between these two players. That's it. Jodar and FILS are just warming up their serves. And we will commence the second semi-final in Barcelona. All right. So many epic matches in this tournament, I know, right? Stuttgart has delivered. All right. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. We should be at 500 likes by the end of the stream. We can get to 500. If we get to 500, I'll give 5 members. How about that? If we get to 500 likes, I'll give 5 memberships. 5 for 5. That sounds fair. By the way, FILS and Jodar have never played. First time meeting between these two. Probably not going to be the last, though. FILS is playing very well, and we know how dangerous he is, and Jodar's just getting started. We expect them both to meet again and again and again. Maybe in some of the big matches, of the big 5-set matches. All right, 4-3. Svitolina leads final set. Mukova to serve. Mukova serves. To the forehand of Svitolina. Back into Mukova to the backhand of Svitolina. As Mukova slice. Goes into the forehand of Svitolina. Mukova forehand again. To the forehand of Svitolina. To that Mukova backhand. Svitolina goes cross court with her forehand. Mukova goes again to the forehand of Svitolina. Up the line. As Mukova backhand. Slice now goes in from Svitolina. Mukova goes again to the backhand of Svitolina. Into the Mukova backhand. Down the line's a great shot. Svitolina slices in the net. What a rally. 15 love. All right. Jodar's going to serve. The new Rafa. By name. By his name. Not by his game. We don't know yet. He has just started. All right. 15 love, Mukova. $15 love. There's the first point. Jodar hits it in the net. And it's love 15. The first point of the match to FILS. All right, forehand up the line from Mukova. But it goes long. 15-0. All right, 15-0. Serve again. The backhand of Svitolina. Forehand from Mukova into the Svitolina backhand. Mukova slice. And Svitolina gets it back with a slice. Mukova runs around her backhand. Hits a forehand inside out. That's a great shot. Svitolina hit it wide. And it's 30-15. $30-15. Serve again. As we default second serve. Second serve. Now is it a backhand to backhand rally? Mukova into the forehand of Svitolina. Mukova forehand again to the forehand of Svitolina. As Mukova goes down the line of the backhand of Svitolina. Mukova backhand in the net. 30-0. Now it's dangerous for Svitolina. Sorry, for Mukova. All right. 30-0. Mukova serves. Into the backhand of Svitolina. Backhand of Mukova up the line. Svitolina's there with her forehand. Mukova forehand again to the forehand of Svitolina. Mukova forehand again to the backhand of Svitolina. As Mukova backhand again to the backhand of Svitolina. They just go backhand to backhand. Now Mukova goes up the line for a winner. Clutch. 40-30. Also, FILS shanks it wide, and it's 40-30. Jodar, first game. All right, 40-30. Mukova to level this final set. Mukova. First serve is a fault. Second serve. The backhand of Svitolina. Mukova forehand into the forehand of Svitolina. Mukova Drop shot. Svitolina gets up the line. Mukova volley. Svitolina misses the backhand volley wide. It's 4-0. Final set. Also, Jodar wins the first game 1-love. All right, 4-all. Four. Svitolina serves. And the return goes in the net by Mukova. 15-love. Svitolina serves again. To the back of Mukova. Svitolina forehand to the forehand of Mukova. Drop shot's good. Svitolina gets it up the line. Mukova lob. Svitolina backhand volley in the net. 15-0. Tough. It was a tough volley. 15-0. There's a backhand from Mukova up the line. But it goes long, and it's 30-15 Svitolina. 30-15. Svitolina serves again. Another fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. Okay. 30-0. Massive opportunity for Mukova here. 30-all. As with a forehand rally. Svitolina again, the forehand Mukova up the line of the backhand. Svitolina, Mukova backhand slice. Svitolina forehand, Mukova backhand lob. Lands in. Mukova's got a break point to take the break and serve for the match. 30-40. Also served for her first ever win against Svitolina. All right, fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand. Mukova return winner. Mukova's going to serve for the match. Her first ever win. Against Svitolina. And to make the final of Stuttgart. All right. Here we go. In the meantime, FILS holds 1-all against Jodar. Mukova, Raducanu, and Noskova all hitting at 80% are out. Hey, what? All like to hit 80% and baseline and 80% are out. Okay. I don't know if I read that right. All right, 15-love Jodar. Is it Mukova's year? She's having a hell of a year. All right, Jodar serves. A fault second serve. As the backhand return goes out by FILS, 30 love. Shelton won the first set. He did. Here we go. Mukova serving for the match. To make the final. And to beat two players back-to-back that she's never beaten. Before yesterday, she was 0-9 against those the two players she's played. And now she's about to get a victory over both back-to-back. Serve. Ace Demati. 15 love. 3 points away. $15 love. As Mukova serves again. That's a fault second serve. As the backhand return goes into the back of Mukova, up the line into the forehand Svitolina. Mukova forehand again, the forehand Svitolina. Mukova wins a point though. Svitolina hits it out, 30 love. $30 love. Two points away. Mukova serves again. A fault. Ooh. It's close. Second serve. Serving the forehand of Svitolina. Mukova forehand to the forehand of Svitolina. Mukova up the line. Svitolina's there with the backhand, but it's wide. 40 love Mukova to take her spot in the final. And to beat Svitolina for the first time. $40 love. $40 love. Mukova serves. An ace out wide. She's beaten Gauff and Svitolina back to back. And she's into the final. Svitolina still had a good season, but Mukova's just figuring out how to beat players and win titles that she's never beaten or won before. And she's into the final to play for that car. One of them, I don't know which one. One of them. One of the cars. Jodar's up 2-1, by the way. All right, GG's. Great work. Just all coming together for Mukova this year. She's also creeping in on the top 10. She's not quite there yet, but close to returning to the top 10. If she does win the title, it won't be enough. But with Paolini losing a lot of points over the next couple of weeks, she has the potential to get there before the French. So, a big opportunity for Mukova to get back in top 10 by Roland Garros. And she made the final of the Roland Garros back in the a couple of years ago. So, that also could be a possibility that she does well there or at Wimbledon or at another slam. All right, Mukova gets it done in a 3-setter. Solid win. And again, a win over somebody she hasn't beaten before. We're back on one of my favorites, but now I want Mukova to take it all, okay? Andreeva also really wants one of those cars. I know that everybody wants that car. Everybody wanting that car. She has virtually no points to defend in the American season. Are you talking about Mukova? Yeah, she should be top 10 at some point this year. Gotta be. 40 love feast, by the way. All right, 40 love as feast holds 2-0. Return goes long by Jodar. All right, 2-2. But yeah, great play by Mukova. And now we're going to find out who she's going to play. She's going to play a top 10 player. So she's going to have to beat her third top 10 player in a row if she's going to win this title. All right, 2-0 is Jodar to serve. Yeah, Raducanu versus Andreeva is going to be a banger. All right, backhand rally is feast for the forehand to the backhand of Jodar. Feast backhand into the backhand of Jodar off the tape, but not over by Jodar, and it's love 15. All right, love 15. As we're just serving to the backhand of Feast. Backhand now from Jodar up the line. Feast with a forehand on the stretch. Jodar backhand. To the backhand of Feast. Feast missed it. 15 all. Yeah, Mukova's only been as high as number 8 in the world. So it would be a career high if she can really get inside that top 10. Backhand goes wide by Feast, 30-15. All right, we're going to merge the streams. Jump on over if you want to keep watching these matches. Actually, what we'll do is we'll kick off the... because Raducanu and Andreeva are coming out right now as well. So jump on over and we'll kick it off. But great win. Great win for Mukova. Again, beating somebody she hasn't been able to beat before. 6-4, 2-6, 6-4. She's into the final. We're going to find out who she's going to play next. All right. 40-15 for Jodar. As he gets to 40-30. All right, welcome. We're back. We got the finals, semi-final day, big semi-final day. Jodar versus Feast. Jodar's up 3-2. But we've got Raducanu versus Andreeva. Winner plays Mukova, who ended up winning like minutes ago. So let's see. Let's see how who gets to play against Mukova in the final. All right. So much tennis at the same time, I know, right? Shelton's playing at the moment against Molchan as well. It's all happening. It's kind of annoying because you've got so many so many matches going on, but they're all like literally at the same time. Like, why wouldn't they stretch it out a bit? So then, like, maybe Barcelona, you start a little later because you can use the lights. Munich starts early, and then that way you can kind of watch a lot more tennis. But no, they just put all the matches on at the same time. Even like in Stuttgart. Why wouldn't you push everything a bit later, make it some night matches so then it doesn't clash? Like, I don't understand why the tours don't, why the tournaments don't talk to each other and kind of, figure that out. Because it is a bit of a shame that you've got like 3 matches at the same, or 4 matches now at the same time, when you could easily have coordinated it a lot better so that the fans can watch every match, or all matches, right? More matches. But whatever. Hopefully the finals tomorrow are not clashing. That'd be annoying. Hopefully tomorrow it's a little bit, it's a bit more spread out. But these are what's happened, when we got 3 500s in the same week. It's a little hectic. All right. Here we go. Love 15. Jodar wins first point. With a lovely forehand passing shot up the line. Love 15. As FILS serves a fault. Or was a let. He said a let. Serve from FILS is a fault. Second serve. Just one for Svitolina, but what a great win for Mukova. Yeah. As FILS goes backhand to backhand with Jodar. Forehand from FILS now to the forehand of Jodar. As FILS forehand to the backhand of Jodar. Jodar in the net. And it's 15-0. Rooting for Alina. Such a great matchup indeed. Yeah, there's going to be some big hitting in this one. All right, 15-0. Is it a backhand to backhand rally? Jodar up the line. As FILS shanks it long, 15-30. Chance for a break points here for Jodar. All right, 15-30. As FILS goes to the back of Jodar on the serve. One out from FILS up the line. That's a good shot. Jodar hits it in there with a forehand. It's 30-0. Serving to the backhand of Jodar. FILS backhand cross-court winner. 40-30. Lovely hitting from FILS. All right, as FILS holds, 3-0. All right, Andreeva and Raducanu are about to walk out on court. FILS is unbreakable, it seems, at the moment. 1 second, chat. All right. Love 40. Feast. A chance to break. Love 40. As Feast hits the backhand wide. And there's one save from Jodar, 15-40. Also Andreeva and Raducanu about to come out on court. Mirra needs a carve. Okay. 15-40. There's a fault from Jodar. Second serve. As the return goes in, the forehand of Jodar. Forehand from Feast, the backhand of Jodar. As Feast backhand again, the backhand of Jodar. Feast backhand again. Jodar gets it back. Feast up the line in the net. 30-40. All right, two saved. 30-40. All right, still break point. All right, 30-40 serve out wide to the back of Feast. Forehand from Jodar. As Feast backhand to the backhand of Jodar. Into the forehand of Feast. Feast net. Jodar survives. Deuce. All right, deuce. And Jodar serves again. Into the forehand of Feast. Return goes back in Jodar. Feast on the stretch. Goes up the line. Jodar with the forehand cross court. Feast gets it. As Jodar forehand up the line to the backhand of Feast. Into the backhand of Jodar. Feast with the forehand on the stretch. Goes long. And it's advantage Jodar to take the lead again. As Jodar serves to the back of Feast, forehand of Jodar. As Feast forehand goes again, the forehand of Jodar. Feast into that Jodar back forehand, a backhand again from Feast. Jodar again with the backhand from Feast. Jodar keeps going to the Feast backhand, eventually hits it out. Does Jodar, and we get the deuce. Raducanu will win. All right, let's see. Winner plays Mukova. By the way, the winner of this men's match plays Rublev, who won earlier today in Barcelona. And then Shelton versus Molchan. Winner plays Kaboli. All right, serve from Jodar again. There's a fault. Second serve. Serve into the forehand of Feast. Forehand from Jodar goes long. And it's advantage Feast to get that break. I'll tell you, Feast Rublev is a fire final. That is a hell of a final. Serve to the back of the Feast, backhand from Jodar. As Feast backhand to the forehand of Jodar. Feast with the forehand again. Jodar cross court, good angle. Feast gets it back. Jodar then goes up the line. Feast is there with the backhand. Jodar backhand again, the backhand of Feast. Jodar backhand into the forehand of Feast. There's Jodar back on the stretch. Feast forehand. Oh, he missed it. He had the winner, but he missed it wide. And it's back to deuce. He had the shot. All right, deuce. All right, deuce is going to serve again. Into the forehand of Feast. Return goes into the forehand of Jodar. Up the line. Feast with a slice. In the net. Advantage Jodar. Advantage Jodar. As with a forehand from Jodar. That goes out. We're back to deuce. Jeez. No one wants to win this game. All right. Deuce. Again. As Jodar serves. Down the tee. The return goes into the forehand of Jodar. Feast with a slice. Jodar volleys it away though. Advantage Jodar. Advantage Jodar to take the lead again. As Jodar serves a fault. Second serve. Return goes into the backhand of Jodar. Backhand now from Feast. Into the backhand of Jodar. It's Feast with the backhand again. The backhand of Jodar. Now Feast with the forehand to the forehand of Jodar on the stretch. Feast can't get it back. Jodar leads. 4-3. Good hold. That was a great forehand on the run. Just smacked it cross court. Came off the line. And Feast couldn't control it. 4-3. That's how you hold serve after a long game. All right, here we go. Ladies are warming up. And we're about to get this match started. The second semi-final in Stuttgart. All right, Jodar keeps the lead, though. He has played a lot more points on serve. He has battled. He has battled to hold serve, but he has held serve, and that's all that matters. By the way, Raducanu Andreeva, same percentage, 53 to 47% as the last match. So that's interesting. And the underdog won. So, yeah, let's see what... Raducanu is the favorite, apparently. Slightly the favorite. But let's see. Jodar is 19, I think. All right, 4-3. All right, Raducanu's going to serve first against Andreeva. Andreeva took out Swiatek yesterday from a set down, and Raducanu saved 2 match points to beat Fernandez from a set down. So both had to battle yesterday. Winner plays Mukova. Return winner by Andreeva. That's the start. Love 15. Love 15. Who you got winning this one, chat? I'm going to go Raducanu in 3. Feels like we're just getting all the 3-setters. So Raducanu in 3. First serve's a fault, second serve. Serve into the backhand of Andreeva. Raducanu back into the forehand of Andreeva. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Andreeva forehand to forehand with Raducanu again. Slice goes into the backhand of Raducanu. Raducanu needs a drop shot winner. All right, 15-0. 15 all. Boy, Shelton is 6-3, 2-3 in the second. Hey, Zano, thank you for the €2. Appreciate that. I don't know why it didn't show up on the screen, but thank you for the €2. Coffee and tennis talk in beautiful Tallinn evening. Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to Tallinn. Love 30, by the way. FILS is in trouble after being up love 40 in the last game. Serving to the backhand of Jodar, backing up from FILS to the backhand of Jodar. FILS with a forehand cross court. Jodar gets it. FILS with a forehand again to the forehand of Jodar. Into the backhand of FILS. Jodar can't get that one. 15-30. All right, serve is a fault by FILS. Second serve. As FILS, the forehand goes wide. All right, break point already. Well, break points again, I should say, for Jodar. Raducanu holds one love. Why do I feel like Raducanu versus Andreeva is going to finish before the FILS match? I don't know why. Would it be so strange? FILS serves a fault. Second serve, 15-40. Serving to the forehand of Jodar. Jodar in the net, 30-40. One saved. You pronounced Jodar correctly. Well done. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, 30-40 Jodar with another break point. As FILS serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Jodar. Return goes in the backhand of FILS up the line. And long by FILS. Jodar breaks. 5-3. He's going to serve for the set. Five-3. All right, good serve from Andreeva. 30 love. Jodar with the break after saving a love 40 game. Chat, when was the last time Barcelona didn't have a Spanish player in the final? Because I know, like, Alcaraz has been there. But Nadal before that, and then, like, it must have been a long time. 2019, team versus Medvedev. But before that, I mean, over the last forever, there's only been 2 times that we haven't had a Spaniard in the final. 2019 and 2014. And then you have to go all the way back to 1996 when Rios and Musta played. But, like, this tournament since, like, 1990 has had a Spanish player in the final pretty much every year except for, like, 4 years. 5 years, there was not a Spanish representation. And that, I mean, even if you go back in the day, you had Orantes, who was one of the great Spanish players back in the 70s and 80s, or the 70s. He was in there. And then sort of like this, the 80s, you know, didn't have many Spanish players in the 80s on the men's side. And then the 90s, you had Bruguera, you had Costa. Then the 2000s, you had Ferrero and Rafa and Moya. And then obviously Ferrer. And now it's, you know, Alcaraz. But Jodar making the final would keep that tradition alive. Also, 2024. I missed that one. Rude versus Tsitsipas a couple years ago. Forgot that one. That one also was a miss. No Spanish representation there. But it's been, like, it is a Spanish tournament. And there is Spaniards in the finals more than not. 1-0, by the way. Raducanu holds. Hey, thank you, Joshua, for the 5. I was looking at the line for this match, feeling like I'm picking over one of my children because both have made money for me, and I hate betting against them. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Break points for Feast, by the way, after I talk Jodar up. 15-40. Jodar serves a fault. Second serve. Serve into the forehand of Feast. Return goes into the forehand of Jodar. Feast, forehand slice. Jodar forehand inside out. Feast gets with the backhand. Jodar backhand again. To the backhand of Feast. As Jodar backhand into the forehand of Feast. Jodar with the backhand up the line. Feast gets with the forehand cross court. Jodar gets it back with the forehand into the forehand of Feast. Jodar down the line forehand. Backhand Feast goes in. Jodar backhand again as Feast goes to the backhand of Jodar. Jodar up the line. Feast with a slice. Jodar backhand cross court. Feast with a slice. Goes long and Jodar survives. As Raducanu serves an ace, 30-15. All right, 30-40, still break point for Feast. Why do I feel like Mirra has better variety and skills than Raducanu? Because you don't like Raducanu. It's because you're looking through goggles that are covered in Raducanu dislike. But also, like, you know, if you take off those goggles for a second, yes, Mirra does have more variety than Raducanu, for sure. She's better at the net. She's better defensively, for sure. If anybody else asked that question, that's what I would give the answer to. But you asked it, and I know you don't like Raducanu. I don't know why, but you just don't. So, in your situation, why do you feel like that? I'm not a psychologist, but I would say probably because you don't like Raducanu. So that's why you feel like that you see these things because you don't want to see the good in Raducanu. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just saying. If I had to say, I'd say that. You're probably right. Hey, look. There you go. The first step to recovery is you admit it. At least you're not lying to yourself, you know. Anyways, Jodar's got a set point. Advantage. Advantage Jodar. Forehand goes in the net by Feast. Jodar takes the first. 6-3. And I've got it muted, but I'm sure the Spanish fans are clapping. By the way, Raducanu's in trouble. Deuce. Raducanu in trouble. 1-0 deuce. And Jodar has got the first set in his pocket. All right, Raducanu up. Advantage. As it served down the T's and ace. All right, Raducanu leads 2-1. First set. Raducanu takes the lead. All right. 10 minutes in, 2-1. Jodar, by the way, 8.0 to a 7.8 by Feast. Feast, by the way, had 6 break points. Jodar had 2. Feast didn't convert any of them. Jodar only needed 1. So yeah, Feast, that love 40 game, that was the one. That was the one that Feast missed. All right. Here we go. We're back in the leads, 2-1. Fun to have another Spaniard named Rafa, yeah. All right. Feast needs to regroup in the second, yeah. I mean, he shouldn't have lost the I mean, he shouldn't have lost that set. That was a bad loss for FILS, that set. All right. All right, 2-1, Raducanu. There's a bit of forehand now from Andreeva into the forehand of Raducanu. Raducanu hits a wide. And it's 15-love. There's a fault, second serve. All right, second serve on Andreeva. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Great return. Slice from Andreeva as Raducanu comes in with a forehand. Andreeva with a short ball, and Raducanu puts away the smash. 15-0. 15-0. Raducanu gets the point. Serving could be the key for the ladies. I mean, Raducanu's serve is the best. Beautiful drop shot from Jodar. First game of the second, 30-15. FILS. As FILS serves in the forehand of Jodar. Return goes to the forehand of FILS. FILS puts that away. 40-15. All right, return from Raducanu is a winner. 15-30. One love FILS in the second. As with a backhand from Andreeva to the backhand of Raducanu. Andreeva backhand again to the backhand of Raducanu. Up the line to the forehand of Andreeva. Raducanu forehand cross. Court is good. Too good. And Andreeva sliced it in the net. 15-40. Raducanu has got break points to start this match. Is Jodar the new Alcaraz? No. 15-40. There's a bit of fault, second serve. As the backhand return goes in the forehand of Raducanu. Backhand now from Andreeva to the backhand of Raducanu. Andreeva hits the forehand into the forehand of Raducanu. And Raducanu hits it out. 30-40. All right, 30-40. Breakpoint still for Raducanu. As Andreeva serves a fault, second serve. I tell you though, what I am noticing with Jodar is that he doesn't let you like rally. Like, he's kind of like Sinner. Backing up the line, slice goes. You know what he's like? He's like Menchik. Like, he takes time away. Like, he is not afraid of the net. He's very aggressive. He smacks a backhand down the line mean. He kind of has that Menchik kind of vibe. I mean, that's what these modern players are like, right? They're so aggressive. They don't want to wait. They're not going to rally. They're just going to attack. You know? He does have that kind of lanky frame as well, like Menchik, right? I think Menchik's taller though, right? I think Menchik's like 6'5", I think. But he's just got that kind of, like he just wants to try and go for winners. But so does FILS. Backhand FILS up the line in the net. It's 30-15. Then again, this is the second time we've watched him, so maybe we'll learn something the more we watch him. Andreeva holds, by the way, 2-0. Yeah, the second I said Sinner, I knew that Sinner fans would come out of the shadows. So I take that back. No one compares to Sinner and Alcaraz. They're unique, and nobody should compare to them, and we're never going to talk about them in comparison to anyone else ever again because it cannot be made. So we're going to compare players to other players that are not Alcaraz or Sinner. 40-15. Jodar. As Jodar serves. A fault. Second serve. All right, 15 love. 15 love. He's different from the standard Spanish player. Yeah, he definitely doesn't have that. Like when you think of Spanish players, you think of, Ferrer or, Fokina, Alcaraz, Rafa, guys that are sort of a bit shorter, stocky, not slim and tall. That's not usually the Spanish player type. Jodar holds 1-0. Yeah, he's definitely more of a slim build. As we're back into backhand win across court, 30-15. As Raducanu looks to stay in front. Yeah, not like Munar or Carreño, Baena, Capilla, Baena, or even Carreño Busta, right? All right. As that goes out by Andreeva, and it's 40-15. All right, we're back into 40-15 to stay in front. And then ace down the tee. All right, Raducanu leads. 3-2 first set. Molchan and Shelton are 4-0. I agree with the comparison with Sinner. Yeah, he just... when I say he definitely has Sinner's build, right? He's definitely built more like Sinner. But he has that, he's not... Like, the comparison with Sinner is the way that he goes, after the shot. Like, the ball's coming to him, but he meets the ball, right? He doesn't wait for the ball to come to him and stay back and, he goes, he almost attacks, again, rushes the opponent. Which Sinner does so well, When the ball's deep from his opponent, Sinner doesn't move back. He stands there and hits it on the up. Jodar seems to have that kind of vibe. He is not somebody who's going to stand back like Medvedev and Zverev and just rally, right? He's doing that right now, but he's one that wants to get on the baseline and then just start to, attack you. Anyways, 15-40. Chance for Jodar to break. That's what the comparison with Sinner is. Not the accomplishments, obviously, yet. But he just seems to... I'd love to see him play Alcaraz. It would be really interesting. Or even play Sinner, right? It would be interesting to see how he matches up against those guys. I'd love to see him play Fonseca. That's something that we should probably try and find as soon as we can, right? Because obviously Fonzie's the guy that we're all talking about. Tien, another guy, maybe not on a clay court for Tien, but on maybe a hard court in the future. But I'd love to see him play Fonseca because it'd be an interesting matchup. It'd be an interesting clash, I think. Anyways, FILS he doesn't hold. He survives. Deuce. Yeah, I would love to see Fonseca. Imagine Fonseca Jodar next week in Madrid. Or maybe second, third round Madrid. That would be fire. Especially with no Alcaraz or Djokovic and maybe no Sinner. That would be the match that everybody would be talking about in the first couple of days. And that could happen. I mean, it could be a second round with Fonseca because Jodar's unseeded. As that forehand goes wide by Andreeva, 15-all. And yeah, next week we might have not much to talk about because we don't have the big boys playing. So we need matches like Jodar Fonseca to make it interesting. Anyways, FILS holds 2-1. Second set. All right, 15-all here as Andreeva serves again. No fault, second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Andreeva. Back in now from Raducanu. Andreeva back into the forehand of Raducanu. The forehand of Andreeva. As Raducanu forehand again to the forehand of Andreeva. Drop shot is good. Raducanu gets there though. But Andreeva puts it away down the line. 30-15. Yeah, Castella pulled out of a match over in Rouen. Unfortunately, not able. She's played so much this year. She's been so good this year as well. So hasn't been able to. Doesn't want to overplay, does she? As the return goes into the backhand of Andreeva. Forehand now from Raducanu. Andreeva picks it up and comes to the net, but the passing shot's too strong by Raducanu. 30-all. As we get a return from Raducanu, but no, it's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in from Raducanu, and the shot goes out by Andreeva. 30-40. Break point Raducanu. As that goes out by Andreeva. Strange reaction. She just kind of drops the ball and walks away. Raducanu breaks. 4-2 first set. Basic question. Does a player that need to be in the top 32 to be seeded at a Masters? Yeah, most of them, yeah. Not all of them. Paris, Monte Carlo, no. But at the other ones, yes. Has to be in the top 32 to be seeded. But also doesn't have to be, because you could be the 40th ranked player in the world and you could be seeded 32, right? I mean, you don't have to be in the top 32. It just guarantees if you are in the top 30, you're guaranteed seeded at those events. But if you're ranked top 30, you're guaranteed a seed at those events. All right. 40 love. Jodar. As Jodar serves. As the return goes in the forehand of Jodar. Jodar shanks that out. It's 40-15. You know what Jodar reminds me a bit of as well? He doesn't remind me of a Spanish player. He reminds me more of like a Croatian. He's got a bit of a Cilic vibe. He's got a little bit of a Czech vibe, like a Burdick, almost like a Hurkacz, right? He's just got that kind of like. He's built more like those kind of players than a Spanish clay court grinder. Definitely doesn't have the. He's definitely built more like a Burdick. All right, 15-30. Shelton wins. Nice. So Shelton versus Caboli final. Gosh, Shelton back-to-back Munich finals is epic. I love that. As a Shelton fan, I'm all for it. All right. 15-30 here. Andreeva wants that break back. And Raducanu is going to give it to her because she hits the backhand wide. And it's advantage. And 15-40 to Andreeva to get back on serve. All right, 15-40. As we default, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes out by Andreeva, 30-40. Shelton Caboli's a legit rivalry. Have they played many times this year? Or this many times? They've had a couple times. Oh, 5 times. Wow, it is actually a legit rivalry. 3-2 in favor of Shelton. They played 3 times last year. Second clay court meeting. The first time they played on clay, Geneva, was a 3-set epic. Yeah, that is legit. That is legit. 30-40, backhand up the line to the forehand of Andreeva. Backhand slice from Raducanu. And Andreeva puts a forehand cross court for a win up. We're back on serve, 4-3. I don't like Shelton though. And? What do you want me to do about that? I'll be honest, sounds like a you problem. That's a you problem. All right. Break back. We're back on serve straight away. All right, here we go. Hey, Linda. Thank you for the gifted member. Appreciate that. They have had some great matches. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to watch that one tomorrow. Put that on the schedule. All right. Andreeva gets back on serve. Rooting for Rublev to win Barcelona, Caboli to win Munich. Nice. Italian media is reporting that Sinner's going to play Madrid. Why? Because there's a video of him in Monte Carlo playing on clay. Is that what's happening? All right. Let's agree to disagree. No, you know what? Let's take this outside into the car park. No more talking. Hands up. That's... I'll meet you in the Rod Laver Arena car park in 2 hours. And we'll settle this. We will disagree. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. Fisticuffs at dawn. No, we're doing I'm going to slap you with my glove and we're going to duel. $15. It's 1 a.m. Relax. All right, 30 love. We're going to settle this over a game of chess in the car park. Hey, what's up? All right, forehand up the line into the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand now wide by Andreeva. 30-15. Thrill for Rublev? Oh, yeah, great win for Rublev. He's had a great week. All right. Jodar with a smash, 40 love. So he looks to level this. Level the second. Ripping darts and throwing down. All right. Nice serving from Andreeva, 40-15. Is it cold in Australia? It is very chilly. All right, 40-15. Return goes out by Raducanu. All right, Andreeva levels. 2-all. As Jodar holds, 3-all. Second set. FILS really in trouble now. If Rublev wins, what will his ranking be? Great question. If Rublev wins, he will be number 12. If he loses, he'll be number 12. Depending on Caboli. So if he wins, he'll be definitely number 12. If he loses and Caboli wins, then Caboli overtakes him. But, yeah. Also, Shelton, if he wins, he's number 6 in the world currently. If he beats Caboli, he'll stay number 6. And that is that. Anyways, so yeah, number 12 is his where he's at the moment. And he'll stay 12 unless Caboli wins Munich. And he loses. 15 love. Sorry, 30 love, Raducanu. As Raducanu serves again. As the return goes wide by Andreeva. 40 love. FILS, Ben, Fonseca, Draper, Runa, Menchik. Yep. Watch out. They're all coming for Alcaraz and Sinner. As the backhand now from Raducanu missed. And it's 40-15. All right, serve again. 40-15. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Serving to the front of Andreeva. Up the line in the net by Raducanu. And it's 40-30. 40-30. Return goes to the net. Raducanu holds. And Andreeva will serve to stay in the set. Pardon me. Where is Runa going to play? I thought he pulled out of something. He pulled out of Madrid. He was never going to play Madrid. He's meant to come back in Hamburg the week before the French. So that's when he's supposed to reappear. FILS holds. 4-3. What do you want, Mia? What do you need? What do you want? Huh? All right. Here we go. Let's see if Andreeva can keep this set alive. Cam's all choked up. Yeah, I'm so emotional today. It's just been a tough day. As a new tennis fan, I felt sorry to the players. Is really less and intense than football. It is pretty... Yeah, they play all the time. It is brutal. They never get a time off at all. Here we go. Andreeva serving to stay in the set. First serve's a fault, second serve. What an argument. Bro. We're mucking around. 15 love. It's called banter. 15 love. I don't leave my house as if I'm going to a Rod Laver arena. First serve is too good by Andreeva. 30 love. 30 love. As we get a serve again from Andreeva. By way W here. All right, 30 love. As Andreeva, 40 love. Love. So Andreeva serves again. A fault. Second serve. Okay, you're okay. Yep. All right. So it goes out by Andreeva, 40-15. All right, 40-15. As Andreeva serves again. To level this set. She serves a fault. Second serve. $15 by the way. Jodar serving again. And he hits a 4 into the net. 15-30. Andreeva does hold. 5-5. All right, 15-30. Chance for FILS to get a break here. He had love 40 in the middle of the first set. And he couldn't take it. Return for FILS in the net. 30-0. Mia, what is it? What's up? What's up? What is it? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Ah! What's up? 30-0. Oh. 30-0. Is it a 4-4 rally? FILS goes to 4 Jodar. FILS with the 4 up the line. Hodar's going to get there with a backhand, but missed it. And it's breakpoint FILS. 30-40. Me? All right, 30-40. Breakpoint for FILS. As Jodar serves. Into the back of the FILS. Forehand from Jodar. Again, the back of the FILS. As Jodar into that forehand of FILS. Jodar with a forehand cross court in the net. There's the break. FILS finally gets it. He's going to serve for the second. 5-3. All right, 40 love on Raducanu. Pardon me. All right. By the way, Sheldon apparently the first player since Courier to make back-to-back European clay court finals. That's crazy. First American. That's crazy. All right. Raducanu holds 6-5. All right, 5-3 FILS. He's serving for the second. As with a 4-4 rally. Up the line from Jodar to the back end of FILS. Back into Jodar. Into the forehand of FILS. Jodar back in again. FILS. Forehand cross court. Is a winner. 15-love. 15-love. As FILS serves again. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Serving to the back of Jodar. Forehand from FILS into the slice of Jodar. FILS. Forehand again. Jodar puts up a lob. FILS comes in. And puts away the smash. 30-love. FILS 30-love. As FILS serves a fault. Second serve. Into the back of Jodar. Return goes into the forehand of FILS. Jodar forehand. To the back end of FILS. Jodar with the backhand on the stretch. FILS. Backhand cross court goes wide. 30-15. All right, Andreeva. She is serving to stay in the first set again. Why is the women's final on early? What are we doing? Why is this happening? Why is the final on so early? What is going on? Why have they got somewhere else to be? Why are we doing midday finals? What is wrong with the tournaments? Why are they doing this? 30-all. Why is Stuttgart on at midday or 1 p.m.? It's a 3 p.m. final. What are we doing? What is with this madness? You know, it's FILS 40-30. I swear, if Barcelona, Munich, and Stuttgart are all at the same time, I'm not going to watch any of them. That's not true. I'm going to watch all of them. 40-30. FILS in the net. We get the deuce. All right, deuce. Was it a backhand from Raducanu? Forehand now from Andreeva. Is Raducanu forehand to the slice of Andreeva. Raducanu backhand. As Andreeva slicing the net. And it's 15-30, Raducanu. 15-30. FILS, by the way, he's on the stretch with a forehand. Jodar forehand cross court. FILS on the stretch, goes down the line in the net. Jodar's got a breakback point. Advantage Jodar. All right, back and trying to take this set. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Backhand return from Raducanu to the backhand of Andreeva. But Andreeva missed it. 15-40. 15-40. As Jodar hits in the net and FILS survives. Deuce. All right, 15-40. As we get a return out of the forehand of Andreeva. Andreeva's going to hit that one out. First set, Raducanu, 7-5. She steals the set. Volley from FILS is good, but Jodar hits a winner. And Jodar's got a breakback point. All right. First set in the bag, 7-5, 45 minutes. All right. 11 winners, 11 errors by Raducanu. 10 winners, 11 errors by Andreeva. Very good. Very close set. Just more break points for Raducanu, and she took them. All right. First set is locked. Oh, it's because of football. Oh, is it the what do you call it? Do they have Champions League tomorrow? Is that why? Or do they have like a big Bayern Munich match or something? Bundesliga, right? Bundesliga. Do they have a big Bundesliga match tomorrow night? Is that why they're making everything a little bit? Oh, Bayern. Okay, yeah. So Bayern Munich will take on Stuttgart at 1. Wait, what time is that at? 1 o'clock. Okay, so the final's on early, so that match. Wait, is that on? No, that's on today, right? Hang on, what am I watching? What am I looking at? Hang on. What am I looking at? What's this schedule? Hang on. Yeah, so tomorrow Bayern Munich is taking on Stuttgart, so then that's going to be on in the afternoon, so they didn't want to clash with that, I guess. I guess that's the whole reason, right? So they thought, you know what? Because the people from Stuttgart won't give a shit about the final, we better put that on early, so then everyone can go to watch the tennis and then go watch Bayern Munich take on the local team, right? All right, Rebecca serving first. 15 love. By the way, FILS does take the second. And we're going 3. We are going 3. FILS finally takes it. 6-3. Oh, Bayern can win the league tomorrow. Oh, okay. So that's obviously another particular reason. I swear the final was later last year. I don't remember. 1 p.m. finals is so random. Especially because the doubles final is after. Which is never happens. So it must be, they must be pandering to the football Bundesliga schedule, right? It wasn't 1 p.m. last year. There's no way. They put finals on at 1 p.m. 3 p.m. maybe 2 p.m. And it's very rare that the doubles final is after the singles. Usually they go doubles, then singles. But yeah, it must all be because of the Bundesliga, right? There's no other explanation. All right, 30-15. As Rebecca serves an ace, 40-15. And the winner of this match takes on Mukova, who won earlier today. Hey, Joseph, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Welcome. All right, 40-15. Raducanu serves in the back of Andreeva. Back into Raducanu. Goes long, and it's 40-30. Praying for an Arsenal win tomorrow. I know, right? We've got to get a win. We stop losing. We're losing too much. We're only winning the Champions League matches. We're not winning the league matches yet. All right. 1 love. Raducanu holds. 1 love in the second. All right. All right. All right, as we had a double fault from Andreeva, left 15. All right. Love 15 is going to back and return out of the forehand of Andreeva. Backing out from Raducanu. Andreeva backing in the net. Love 30. UFC's in Canada? Nice. Were you surprised Zverev got kabullied by... yeah, today I did. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised. But Kabuli played amazing. All right, love 30 here. Raducanu return goes in the forehand of Andreeva. Raducanu back in on the stretch. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Raducanu back in again. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Drop shot is good. Raducanu gets it with a slice, but missed it. Just missed it wide. 15-30. That was almost awesome. 15-30. All right, 15-30. Jodar, by the way, 40 love. Final set. First game. As Raducanu return now to the forehand of Andreeva. Slice from Raducanu goes in, but Andreeva volleys it. But Raducanu's backhand winner up the line. Andreeva didn't put away that volley. And it's break points for Raducanu. 15-40. All right. Ace from Andreeva. 30-40. Who's the better server, Raducanu or Sabalenka? Raducanu. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve as a return goes out by Raducanu. And we get to deuce. No, we get to deuce. As that goes in from Andreeva for a winner. Advantage Andreeva. All right, advantage Andreeva. It'll fault second serve. Second serve. As the backhand goes into the backhand of Raducanu up the line, and we're back to deuce. Beautiful winner from Raducanu. Also, FILS holds 1-1 final set. Where's your toy box? Gone. What do you want? All right. Advantage on Andreeva. As FILS gets the love 15. So Andreeva goes up the line to the front of Raducanu. Andreeva puts up a lob. And then a bounce smash from Raducanu goes down the line for a winner. Beautiful shot. All right, back to deuce. All right, forehand from Jodar as we had a forehand on the stretch from FILS. Jodar forehand up the line. FILS backhand to the backhand of Jodar. And to the backhand of FILS. As Jodar forehand again, the backhand of FILS. To the backhand of Jodar. FILS backhand again. Jodar into the backhand of FILS again. Jodar backhand with FILS. Now FILS goes with the forehand instead. Forehand to forehand rally. FILS goes up the line. Jodar there with the backhand cross court. FILS. Backhand up the line winner. Beautiful shot. Love 30. I'm just going to check what the final might be tomorrow for Barcelona. Because if they don't have any football problems, then they should be fine. Because Barcelona final probably on its own. 4 p.m. Okay, good. So the Barcelona final will be later. All right, advantage Raducanu. FILS has got love 40. As with a backhand now from Raducanu. Goes out, but back to deuce. Break points for FILS. As Jodar saves one. 15-40. You right? $15.40. As with another ace from Jodar. 30-40. $30-40. Beautiful drop shot there from Andreeva. All right, FILS breaks. Final set, 2-1. FILS gets the break. As Andreeva runs the wrong way. And Raducanu hits a winner, back to deuce. All right, 2-1 FILS, final set. No. Ah. Ah. Oh. Rah. 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 I gotcha. That was way too easy. 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 Ah. All right. Advantage Raducanu. 1 hour played. First is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in the front of Andreeva. Back into Raducanu. Into the slice. Andreeva in the net though. Raducanu breaks. 2-love in the second. All right, 2-love. Raducanu with a set. And a break now. She is just got a hold serve to play the final tomorrow. And Mia's getting punchy. Getting feisty. Where's your toy? Go get your toy. Go on. Where is it? Where is it? Go get it. Go on. All right, love 15 as that goes out by Raducanu. All right, serve again, Raducanu. Fault, second serve. 7 to the back end of Andreeva. Rabakina to the forehand of Andreeva. Into the forehand of Rabakina. Andreeva forehand up the line is wide. 15-0. Rabakina cannot give the break now. Oh, well. She try not to. She's trying her best. Is the crowd for Andreeva or Rabakina? I think the crowd's is neutral. I don't think they're quite bothered. All right, 15-0. As the backhand return goes in the forehand of Rabakina. Rabakina in the net, though. Halfway up the net. Ugh. 15-30. Hey, by the way, Vukov is in the house. Where the hell have you been, buddy? Chat, there is no surprise that Vukov is there and Rabakina is playing much better. Like, he wasn't there yesterday or the day before, and she was playing terrible. At least yesterday, she was horrible. Maybe the worst we've seen her play. 3-1 feast, by the way, final set. But he's back now from wherever he was. Backhand into the forehand of Rabakina. Forehand out from Andreeva. Rabakina backhand. The backhand of Andreeva is Rabakina backhand again. Up the line to the forehand of Andreeva. Andreeva hits it long. 30-0. All right, Feast with the break in the final set, 3-1. And he is all over Jodar at the moment. Puts away the smash. Jeez, Feast is on fire. Love 15. There's been a lovely volley from Rabakina, 40-30. Rabakina for a 3-love lead. All right. All right. Rabakina serves. Fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Great return. Rabakina hits it wide. And we get to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. Jodar trying to keep it close. 30-15. All right, return goes out by Feast. 40-15. Rabakina serves an ace down the tee. All right, 40-15. Jodar to keep the pressure on Feast. As Rabakina serves the forehand of Andreeva. Andreeva shanks it long. All right. 3-love. Rabakina final second set. Second set. 2 out of 3, maybe. All right, Feast with a lovely winner up the line. 40-30. As a return from Feast goes into the front of Jodar. Forehand from Feast. Getting the foot of Jodar up the line. Feast backhand cross court. Jodar gets it. With the backhand to the backhand of Feast. Jodar backhand to the forehand of Feast. Into the forehand of Jodar. Feast. There's a backhand of Jodar into the forehand of Feast. Feast hits it out. 3-2. Feast with the break. Jodar holds. Keeps himself in it. All right. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a busy day. Busy day tomorrow. Okay. 3-love Rabakina. Second set. She is in control. All right. Is this going... If this goes 3, Andreeva will probably win the match. Weston, she's down. She's up 3-love in the second. You have nothing... I don't know why you're worried. Why are you being so pessimistic? Andreeva's going to have to do a hell of a lot of work just to get to a third. No, see you later, LA. All right, 3 lovers. We had a fault from Andreeva. Second serve. As the forehand goes up the line to the back of Raducanu. And then Andreeva forehand in the net. Love 15. Love 15. As Andreeva serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the back of Raducanu. A good return. Andreeva goes up the line. Raducanu's forehand goes into the forehand of Andreeva. As then Raducanu's forehand just missed. As she tried to go wide. Cross court. 15-0. 30-love, by the way. FILS. All right, backhand goes in from Andreeva to the backhand of Raducanu. Andreeva backhand to the forehand of Raducanu. There's Andreeva slicing the net. 15-30. Big trouble now for Andreeva. Try breaking Raducanu twice. $15-30. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Second serve in the backhand of Raducanu. Forehand from Andreeva. Raducanu gets it. With a forehand cross court. Slice Andreeva. Raducanu comes in with a drop shot winner. 15-40. When do I sleep? You know, when I can. By the way, Jodar at 30. Oh, he's trying to get this break back. And he gets a break point. FILS hits it out. 30-40. Jodar. As that goes out in the return from Raducanu, and it's 30-40. Break point for Jodar as FILS with a forehand win up, and he gets the deuce. FILS survives. All right. Andreeva with a fault second serve. Serve to the backhand of Raducanu. She hits a return winner. Andreeva's like not even trying. I don't know what's going on with Andreeva. Like she didn't even like take 2 steps to get that. She just went, oh, it's over there. I don't know what's... Andreeva, maybe she's not feeling well, but she is like... She's not angry. She's just like... Doesn't care. Yeah, it's 4-love Raducanu. Might be tired. Yeah, maybe she's tired, but she definitely doesn't look bothered. Really. Doesn't look bothered. But yeah, maybe she's tired. You know, maybe she is tired. I tell you, I'd rather be tired and look like that than getting angry and upset. All right, FILS holds, by the way. 4-2 final set. He keeps that break. Raducanu serving with a 4-love lead. She is 2 games away from the final. She's resigned. Yeah, it looks like that. Just kind of looks like she's just like, oh, okay. She put all the effort in. Yeah, she must be stuffed because she just kind of. Oh, she's just not reading what Raducanu is doing. You know, she's just not doing it. You know. not getting, like, not reading the play. 15 love. As Raducanu serves in the backhand of Andreeva. Forehand of Raducanu to the forehand of Andreeva as Raducanu backhand. Andreeva gets it back, but hits it wide. It's 30 love. Now, Andreeva's played a lot of tennis over the last 2 weeks as well. Love 30 here. FILS. Which match is going to finish first, chat? Because both these matches are at the same pace right now. Which match is going to finish first? The ladies or the men's? Which match will finish first? All right, love 30, FILS. He wants a double break. As Jodar backhand into the backhand of FILS. Jodar backhand again to the backhand of FILS. To the backhand of Jodar. FILS forehand is a winner. Love 40. FILS to take the double break. And he'll serve for the match. Raducanu's got 40 love. And she serves a fault second serve. All right, FILS. 3 more break points. Jodar serves a fault. Raducanu gets the game. 5 love. As FILS return goes wide. 15-40. All right, 5 love Raducanu. She will serve. Andreeva will serve to stay in the match. Yeah, Jodar definitely running out of steam. 15-40. 7 to the backhand of FILS. FILS shanks it wide. 30-40. Yeah, definitely Jodar running out of gas. Mirra looks tired, and Raducanu is as fresh as flowers in the front of my house. What kind of flowers do you have in the front of your house? Shelton Caboli should be a banger. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. All right. 30-40 as Jodar hits it out. And it's a 5-2 lead. Jodar is stumbling to the chair. He's walking real slow. I think his legs have just said, I've had enough. We've played a lot of tennis this week. Let's get ready for the next week. And FILS is going to serve the match. But yeah, Jodar's definitely got those stiff legs. All right, Andreeva serving to stay in the match. So at this stage will be FILS versus Rublev, Shelton Caboli, Raducanu and Mukova. Good matchups. Good couple of finals there. Backhand return goes out by Raducanu. It's 15 love. Andreeva. Yeah, Jodar's cramping. They just show the replay of he just grabbed his thigh. Hopefully it's only cramp. I think it is. Yeah, he's grabbing both. He's touching both legs, so you think it's probably just cramp. All right, 30 love. As the return goes to forehand of Andreeva. Raducanu slice off the tape. Andreeva backhand to the forehand of Raducanu. The lob goes long, and it's 40 love. These matches are going to finish at the same time, aren't they? These matches are going to finish at the exact same time, right? Match points at the same time, right? FILS serve for the match. Andreeva serves an ace. All right. 5-1. Raducanu serve for the match as well. All right. FILS serves a let. Serving the forehand of Jodar. Forehand from FILS into the backhand of Jodar. Into that FILS forehand. Jodar forehand of the stretch goes in the net. 15-love. Rybakina is serving for the spot in the final. Jodar's grabbed his legs again. Serve. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Return the net. 15-love. All right. Rybakina serves again. And the return goes in. The backhand of Rybakina up the line to the forehand of Andreeva. Rybakina forehand again. The forehand of Andreeva. Andreeva missed it. 30-love. FILS missed it. 15-all. All right. 30-love Rybakina. 2 points away. As FILS hits a backhand up the line, but he missed. No, he hit it in. 30-15. Beautiful shot by FILS. And Jodar's legs are just falling off. 30-love Rybakina. What a shot by FILS. Crazy shot. Rybakina with an ace. 40-love. Match points Rybakina to play the final against Mukova tomorrow. As Jodar returns in the backhand of FILS. Jodar backhand is wide. We got match points for FILS. Rybakina serves. A fault. Match point FILS. Match point Rybakina. Here we go. Second serve Rybakina. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Return goes wide. And that's a win for Rybakina. FILS serves a fault. Second serve FILS. Second serve in the forehand of Jodar. Return goes to the forehand of FILS. Jodar forehand. Goes long. FILS wins. Did I not say they were going to happen at the same time? What, within 10 seconds, 20 seconds of each other? FILS wins. Rybakina wins. There's your finals. Not Rybakina FILS. That'd be crazy. FILS versus Rublev and Rybakina plays Mukova. There your finals. Woo. The ladies just got the win first, or got the match done first, but pretty much identically finished on time. All right. FILS into the final. Jodar just ran out of legs, literally. His legs started to fly off. And Andreeva just looked, I mean, she probably got tired too. She looked a bit exhausted towards the end. Second set, after she got broken, just kind of lost her mojo. Maybe lost her energy. But she still gets to the semis though. Beat Swiatek on clay. That's a huge win. But yeah, Rybakina. Another final in Stuttgart. All right, if you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. Big finals day tomorrow. Big day. Pardon me. Big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. Yeah, a lot of bangers coming up tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. All right, just to make it easy, let's merge these streams up. All right, jump on over. Thanks, everybody, for watching FILS versus Jodar. It's good fun to watch Jodar. He's an interesting player to... like it would be interesting to watch him a little bit more over the time. But yeah, great win from for FILS. And he just keeps